Since my last video ended on Princess Diana, I thought I'd take a closer look at the princess's lifespan and apply this same formula and see what we can come up with. Now, this is a work in progress. This is not a final destination. This is just another example of how this system works. And now we're going to incorporate one gematria value into it. We're not going to look at date numerology yet, because that's a part of the pie as well. We're not going to look at the gematria value of the name, because I'm finding that's a part of it as well. It's amazing how it's all connected. I've only got 15 minutes. Let's get rocking and rolling. Princess Diana dies on 7/1. I'm sorry, she's born on 7/1. She dies on 8/31. That's a span of 61 days. Now, I've made a mistake, and somebody in the community pointed it out, and it makes perfect sense. When you measure to get the day of the year, you start with the last day of the previous year. What I have done mistakenly is started the first of the year as day one in this alternative system, where I should have started day one on the last day of the year. So I've got to do all this conversion so I don't have to do this continuous plus a day, minus a day, plus a day, minus a day. It's getting very confusing, and it's putting me off by more than one day. I want to get this down to an absolute science, because this is 100% the playbook. So, span of 61 days. 61 is June 30th. We subtract 61, subtract a day, puts us on 7/1. Here we go. 61, 62, 61, 62. We're stuck in a loop. 61, 62. It's very interesting that the 62 number comes up and 61, as they're both going to play a part of a piece of this. We all know that one of the gematria values for sacrifice, just one of them, is 62. Now, I'll give you a little sneak peek of what I'm working on. It also equals 47. The President of the United States currently, I'm sorry, 46. 46, 46. I got to get my own notes right. The current president is 46. It is very interesting that I can tie Kamala Harris to number 47. All right, let's concentrate on 62 for the moment. 62 days from her birth, from her death rather, brings you to 111. Now, the Queen, who was the one that brought us to Princess Diana, was born on the 111th day of the year. I've already brought up that 111 is a very significant number surrounding her death. There's a lot of 111 iterations going back in time, going forward in time, putting her on her death day or within a span of her death day. This 111 thing is all about the Queen. It's very interesting. 111 or 11/1 happens to be the day that Vietnam started. So there's a lot of negative energy that's associated with this date. It's also a ritual number associated to Princess Diana. There was a lot of negative energy surrounding the date that she died. 62, get negative energy on the same day. They're using these same days in history to gather negative energy. So far, I haven't found anything positive. Doing the opposite to look at birthdays brings me right back to death days. It's crazy. Like it's the system is geared. It's a death system. It's a death cult. It all surrounds death. The next iteration is the second day of the year. Now, this day plays a pretty important part in the grander scheme of the decode process, but not necessarily pertaining to the princess's death. However, 1/1 is 61, which was our original value. 1/1, and if you want to go one step further, 2 plus 2 is 4, minus 3 is 1. There's your 111 again. Let's see if we got any 111s here. Nope. So here we go. Let's look at the notes. Remember, we're looking for power numbers, we're looking for signature numbers. 6996 happens to be very powerful surrounding the Queen and surrounding the events of the Titan sinking, which started me on this whole process. 111 is New Year's Day. It happens to be 96 days past the Jesuits' inception date celebration. It's 3 months, 3 weeks from 9/11. 33 tied to a 9/11. It's 191 days since the Pope's 223rd. Oh my word, too many numbers. It's 191 days from the Pope's 201st day of age. So that's another. It's kind of a weak example, but it's another example of how this permutation of numbers is all tied together. This date in history also celebrates the end of Operation Freedom Sentinel, which I believe, and again I got to double check my work. It was either I'm 1,000% sure it was part of the Afghanistan war, which again is another war that's tied to this date, this number, this event. It's all connected. For the icing on the cake, for some of you, it's also going to be 201 days past Donald Trump's birthday. 201, associated with Donald Trump. We've already associated the Pope with a 201 on this date. Donald Trump is Jesuit educated. The Pope is the first Jesuit Pope. And it's 96 days from the Jesuits' birthday. 96, 69. It's all connected. The next iteration is 3-5. I won't even spend time getting into 3-5. It's all connected. The next iteration happens to be on the coronation date. So, her lifespan, once again, one gematria value, once again, and we are tied into something to do with the royal family, once again. Is there a 111? There's an 11. That's weak. We won't even go there. Oh, 5 plus 6 is 11. Oh my god. See how it's all tied together? This is ridiculous. All right. And another one. We get to 777. And I believe in my last video I hit on the 777. In the notes here, I've got some sort of note. It's, again, tying to this date. Here we go. The final one. 6-2 says, see next day. What is the next day? Why, that's the Queen's death day. So not only did the Queen's lifespan tie to Diana, but Diana's lifespan, using one single gematria value that just happens to be 62, ties to the day before the Queen is reported dead. Who knows when she actually died? But it's very, very obvious that they wanted us to use that specific date, this specific date, to not celebrate, but to mourn these deaths. Because once again, this is all a death cult. It's all about death. We mentioned 223. We all know that this is the year 223. We all know what's happening on the 322s, 223 in October. I've already demonstrated several times, not necessarily in this video, but this October date, this span of days in October, something is going to happen. There's a lot of energy building towards the October 9th through the 13th. We have an annular solar eclipse with a full new moon, or with a new moon rather, with 0% illumination. On the following day, the 15th is an important day, the 16th is an important day, and then all of a sudden we come to October 17th. All of this energy is surrounding October 17th, and then through the use of this same process, I've come to a date of the 17th going into the 18th. And when I do my Joe Biden one, I'll tie all that together and you'll see just amazing how this system works. It just happens to be this target date, amazingly enough, is tied to Princess Diana with yet another 223. Her death, this death. This is very interesting. I didn't play with the words, I just put it in. Bingo, bango. I've had some great luck with Chaldean. What? Who knows? Does he stroke out this day? Is everything pointing towards this day? It'll be super interesting to see how this all plays out. I've got a target date in mind for the next month. If that plays out, then this is 100% the playbook. But I don't want to get crazy and start predicting future events because I think that that gets you locked up for a while. So we mentioned Joe Biden. Joe Biden's the 46th president. Sacrifice equals 46. Let's take a look at Joe Biden's birthday. We go back 46. Why, that's 322 days from Adam Weishaupt's death date. Adam Weishaupt, who was credited with the Illuminati and all the things that follow that, was incorporated on May 1st. It just happens to be that we take the sacrificial date span. Where are we at? I lost it. It was 46. Somebody saw it. Screenshot it. There we go. 46. The first 46 away from Biden's birthday is another 322 connection associated with the death, associated with the celebrated death, because it was on the 322 day of the year. Unbelievable. And just because Diana died on the alt chart day of 123, and we're making these Joe Biden connections left and right through other decodes. We've got 123 days from Joe Biden's birthday. Bingo bango. That puts you on the 201st day of the year. Another 201 connection. It just gets deeper and deeper. Joe Biden's Jesuit educated. Trump's Jesuit educated. It's all connected. We talked about 187. 187 is the kill code. 187 from 187 days from Joe Biden's birthday puts you on the 233 day past the Jesuits' inception celebration date. It's all these 223s, 322 permutations. It's all connected. It's unbelievable. It's date after date after date. Take a look at this guy when you get some time. He's credited with measuring the Earth and Sun at a distance of 93 million miles. He did this sometime between the 777 and February 23rd of 1855. He's got some very interesting date numerology. It ties into everything else. He's also on this alternate date. It's the last or the first day of this system. It's amazing. You get the 777 connection again. So this dude comes up with 93 million miles. 93 is a very important number in the Catholic system. It has all kinds of esoteric and exoteric connections to it. And he was able to do this using a stick and a box and probably a dead cat and comes up with 93 million miles away somehow without an iPhone. Who knows how he did it? It's all connected. See, look, C notes. It's all connected. It's all connected. It's crazy. It's getting deeper every day. The more I look into it, it's amazing how it works.